Pi is being spent right now. Real purchases, real merchants, real transactions happening while you're watching this video. I just bought digital products for 0.01159 Pi. That's $5 worth of stuff, and I'm about to show you exactly how to do the same thing in the next few minutes. You know, most Pi holders have no idea this is even possible, but by the end of this video, you'll know where to spend Pi, how GCV pricing actually works, and the one tool you absolutely need to make your first purchase today. Quick thing, follow my Telegram and Facebook pages right now. Links in the description. That's where I drop verified merchant lists, real transaction screenshots, and Pi updates you won't find anywhere else. Don't skip that, alright? Let's dive in because there's actual money to be made here. GCV means Global Consensus Value, and it's sitting at $3,450 per Pi. You know, thousands of Pi users agreed on this number, and they're transacting at this rate right now. It comes from the math constant Pi itself, 3.159. This isn't an official exchange price, it's a grassroots community agreement, and here's why it matters to you. When merchants, buyers, and developers all transact at this agreed value, pricing becomes predictable and stable. Unlike Bitcoin or Ethereum that swing wildly every hour, GCV offers consistency. Imagine paying someone for design work, but the value drops 30% before the payment clears. That's a nightmare, right? You know, GCV fixes that inside the Pi ecosystem. When you see a $5 item priced at 0.00159 Pi, that's GCV pricing in action. Whether the crypto market is up or down, your Pi transactions stay stable within the ecosystem. That stability is what makes Pi actually usable for everyday purchases instead of just speculation. DApps are decentralized applications built specifically for Pi, stores, marketplaces, services, games, everything. You know, they run directly on the Pi blockchain, and this is where you actually spend your Pi, instead of just holding it. Right now we're talking shopping platforms, freelance services, digital goods, social apps, and more launching every single week. This creates real utility for your Pi today, not someday. But here's the catch, you need the Pi browser to access them. You know, you can't use Chrome or Safari. Download Pi browser separately from your app store, or use the link in your main Pi app. It connects directly to your Pi wallet where your spendable Pi lives after KYC and mainnet migration. The browser and wallet work together seamlessly, handling all the technical stuff automatically. No copying long addresses, no network confusion, just smooth, secure payments. Once you're in, you'll see the DApp directory, your personal app store for Pi. Look for addresses ending in .pi, those are native Pi applications. The Pi browser is your essential key to the entire ecosystem. Let's buy something right now. You know, open the Pi browser and go to the DApp marketplace. PiBox is a popular one. Browse items like Amazon. Let's grab a digital wallpaper pack. You'll see prices in USD and Pi. That $5 pack, about 0.00159 Pi with GCV pricing. Crazy small number, right? Add to cart, hit checkout, tap, pay with Pi. Your wallet pops up showing the exact Pi amount and recipient address. Double-check everything because blockchain transactions can't be reversed. Authorize with your passphrase or fingerprint. You know, within seconds it confirms, and the digital wallpaper is yours via download link. That's it. You just made your first real Pi purchase. Now you understand how simple this actually is. The same process works for everything. Digital products, services, physical goods from merchants who accept Pi. Once you do it once, you'll realize this whole ecosystem is way more developed than most people think. Start with the Pi browser. DApp directory, official curated apps, many from Pi hackathons. You know, you'll find general marketplaces like eBay for Pi, specialized platforms for digital goods like templates and music, and service marketplaces for hiring freelancers for web work, writing, design, all kinds of stuff. Beyond official DApps, there's this underground network of local businesses accepting Pi. Real restaurants, shops, service providers worldwide. Find them in Pi social media groups, Telegram channels, and forums. You know, people post photos of real purchases, restaurant meals, haircuts, farmers market produce, car repairs. This is Pi working in the real world right now. The ecosystem grows every week. New merchants sign up constantly. New DApps launch regularly. Stay plugged in, follow Pi news channels, join active forums, check the DApp directory often, connect with local Pi communities. Every transaction you make, prove this works and attracts more merchants and developers. Your wallet passphrase is everything. Never ever share it with anyone for any reason. The Pi Core team will never ask for it. Anyone asking is a scammer, 100% of the time, zero exceptions. Write it on paper, store it offline in multiple safe spots. Never screenshot it, email it, or save it in the cloud. Official DApps only ask for payment approvals you manually confirm, never your passphrase. Watch out for clone sites and fake DApps. Always access DApps through the official Pi browser, never through random links people send on social media. Before confirming transactions, carefully check the recipient address and amount. Blockchain transactions are irreversible, no undo button, no customer service to reverse it. Start small with new merchants, research vendors by checking community feedback, join trusted Pi groups sharing verified merchant lists, stay cautious, be skeptical of perfect deals, and stick to official channels for information. Imagine you're a freelance designer connecting with a client in a Pi group. They need a logo that normally costs $150. That's about 0.477 Pi at GCV. You create it, they send Pi instantly. Minimal fees, processes in seconds, international business deals done without banks or PayPal taking massive cuts. Or you walk into a cafe accepting Pi. A $4 latte is roughly 1.01 to 27 Pi. Scan their QR code, confirm, done in seconds while they make your coffee. No credit card fees for the owner, no waiting for payment settlement. A craftsperson in one country sells to a buyer across the world. Traditional international payments mean conversion fees, wire charges, days of waiting. With Pi and GCV, it's straightforward. Stable agreed pricing, fast transfer, minimal fees. Micropayments make sense too. Pay tiny amounts for digital content, tip creators, handle fractional subscription payments. From coffee to coding, from art to articles, value flows freely and efficiently in the Pi ecosystem. Here's what I really think after watching this develop. A lot of people are losing hope, and I totally get that. The wait has been long, doubts are real, and critics are everywhere calling it a scam. But here's what they're missing. Actual utility is being built right now. Real developers creating real applications, real merchants accepting real payments, real people buying real things with Pi. That's happening today, not speculation about tomorrow. Will Pi make you rich overnight? Probably not. And anyone promising that is lying. But is it creating a functional alternative payment system giving regular people more control? Yeah, I think it is. I've talked to merchants tired of credit card companies taking 3% of every sale. I've seen freelancers get paid instantly across borders without losing chunks to wire fees. I've watched communities build actual economic ecosystems. That's the real value being created right now. The biggest threat isn't critics, it's us giving up before this fully matures. Every technology looks clunky at the start. The internet seemed like a toy. Bitcoin was called worthless for years. What matters is whether we keep building, keep using it, keep proving it works. So yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. If you're still watching, you probably see the potential too. Let's build this together. If this helped you, smash that like button. Drop a comment about your first Pi purchase or questions you've got. Subscribe, because I'm constantly dropping Pi network updates and practical guides like this. And seriously, follow my Telegram and Facebook pages. Links in the description. That's where the real value is. Exclusive verified merchant lists, transaction tips, breaking news the moment it drops. You're not just following another account, you're joining a community of people actually using Pi. Don't just hold your Pi, use it, spend it, make this economy real. The future might be more decentralized than we think, and you're already part of it. See you in the next video.